Good evening, crafting friends. I'm Dorene Decibus from It Begins with Ink and Paper, and welcome to the last day of the 12 days of Halloween. And I appreciate you joining me on this little journey about what we can do with. I've shared a couple of products, I guess I'll say, that I have shared with you over the past 12 days. Well, tonight we're going to be making a home decor item, and we're going to be making a sampler, 12 by 12 sampler, that we can frame and hang up for Halloween tomorrow night. Last year, on the last day of the 12 days of Halloween, I created for you a beautiful wreath using paper strips that we just put around the wreath and then decorated each. So this year I thought I would do something different. And so the 12 by 12 paper that comes in the Halloween Memories and More packet has this sheet in it that has the spider webs all around the border of the image. And I thought this would be great to use for the home decor. I'm also using some of the designer series paper. I'm using one side of every single pattern. So these squares are 2.5 by 2.5. So I have all the different patterns that are in the designer series paper. This one I can go in either direction, but I'm using every single one. And then there's one piece that is twice the size, a little more than twice the size. It's 5 1/4 by 2 3/4. And then I have 3 by 3 squares of basic black cardstock, and then a piece that's 5 1/2 by 2 3/4 for this larger piece. So let's get those all mounted on their pieces of paper. I'm going to just move this sheet out of the way so I don't get some adhesive, and then I'll show you the rest of what we're going to use. So these home decor items that I make, I usually try to make seasonal ones. They're fun to make because you can use, small scraps of paper. You can come up with a color theme, and you can do this in any particular way that you want to fit your decorating needs. So it's just fun to do. And I also like to create ones with a theme of Christmas or with the theme of giving thanks. And I sometimes give those out as hostess gifts when we go to someone's house for the holidays. So that is definitely something I like to do. You can make these samplers in any size that you want. So I have made them in the past 6 by 6, 8 by 8, and 12 by 12. And those are the frames that are the easiest to find. I get my frames mainly at Michael's. Sometimes I will order them through Amazon. You can buy the frames either as just a plain frame, or you can buy a frame that is a shadow box. So if you want to add some depth and dimension to your image, then you can, as I said, use a shadow box frame. And those shadow box frames come in those different sizes that I mentioned to you. And you can just get a regular frame. Michaels sometimes have sales on the frames where you can, buy one, get one at 50% off, or buy one, get one free, or buy two, get one free. So there are usually some deals that you can find when you try to shop for them. And when you buy them on Amazon, sometimes the deal that you get is that you can get a value pack for a certain price. Okay, so those are all mounted. Now, some other things that I've done to be ready for tonight. I haven't made a sample of this yet because I'm going to show you in a minute, I only have one sticker sheet. So I stamped and die cut 2 of each of the images from the stamp set. So I did the ghost coming out of a pumpkin, and then I tried to color them in so that they fit the colors in the sampler from the designer series paper. So I did stamped and cut out 2 of the vampires, 2 of the witch ghosts flying on their broomstick. Oh, it doesn't look like I cut this one very well. I don't know that I'll use both of them, and I don't know if I'll need to stamp something else, but I wanted to be able to just have some things ready to go so we weren't doing all of it live. And then I stamped and colored 2 sets of pumpkins. So 2 of each of the stamps. The other thing I'm going to use on this sampler is the sticker sheet that goes with the Halloween kit. And there's some really good stickers in here. Some of them you can see pretty clearly. We have these border stickers, which I have an idea for one of them, but we'll see if I'm going to use them or not. There are 2 that could be used for the title. So I have the So Spooky up here, and I have a Halloween here. I thought the potions, the little flasks, scientific flasks with the potions bubbling out, might be good for the books. I have a Eek. I have an October 31st. If I use this, I might cut this one down. I have You Cast a Spell on Me, which would be good. I have some little flags that could have some of the sayings that are right here go on them. I have the spider web, and then I have a bunch of spiders that could be stamped as well. So let me first show you how I'm going to place these on. So what I did to figure out how big these should be, I measured this space right here, and it was just over 9 inches, or just over. When I measured it, it would have been just over 3 inches for these. So I cut these all so that they're going to then, they can go down any way you want. I like to put things down first to see how the pattern looks, and then to get them spread out enough so that they're going to be evenly spaced. For the second row, I decided to do the longer one, and I'm just going to line that up on this side, and then I'm going to line this piece up right here. So there's going to be a little bit of a space here, but something can definitely go there. I could have made this a little longer, but that's how I made it because I wanted it to fit one of those 2 things. Then I have these items here that, again, I will just line up. And I could also center this one a little more. It doesn't have to all be perfect. Or I can leave that space so I can add something, and I think that's what I'm going to do. So this is the first part of the sampler that you have to kind of make up your mind on how you're going to put these all together and what it's going to look like when you do that. So I hope you can see all of them. I know you can't see the whole bottom of this, but I think you can see how I'm going to be setting things up. So what I'm going to do is start by getting one side of these all attached, because I'm going to be adding things to the front of this, and I had already pretty much decided that this was where I wanted my colors to go. I wanted them to kind of connect as they were going along. So I'm just going to make sure that this edge is going to be even as I put it on. There we go. Then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to move these out of the way for a minute, is I'm going to line the other side up, because then I just have those middle pieces. I could have also, for this bigger piece, I could have put it, I could have cut it into two pieces. I wanted to have a title, and the things that seem to fit the title the best for a title were the Halloween or the So Spooky. I could have used the Hello October as well, but I wanted this to be more Halloween. Then you just make sure I have that on okay. But I really wanted this to be more Halloween than just October. If I wanted it to be October, I would have made this at the beginning of the month. So that's how I came to make that decision. Okay, so now I'm going to get this where it goes. I'm just eyeballing. I'm not doing any other measurement as I put these where they need to go. Just trying to keep them even. And it's looking pretty good so far. Okay, what do you think of that layout so far? This could also be a scrapbook page. I could put photos all on these and frame them for Halloween and then come back and do the other. So the first thing I think I want to do is I really had already decided, I think, that this title of this was going to be So Spooky. So I'm going to stick this down. I like that it's bold and you can read it so easily. And then I had already decided I was going to use potion, but I think what I want to do is, I'm trying to decide, do I want to lift that up or do I want it to be flat down? Now, if I'm going to lift it up, I'm going to need to take some of this stickiness away because I don't want it to actually go, I don't want it to actually, get pressed down by the frame if I put it in a more secure frame, not a shadow box frame. So if I don't take some of the stickiness off, that could happen, or I could just put a whole bunch of dimensionals on it. So let me grab my dimensionals. This is what I lose the most in life. So I think I'll use some black dimensionals because I have some right here. Nope, they're all the little ones too. I didn't want to just use the little ones. My dimensionals, oh, here are some. There we go. So I am just going to start placing these all over the place. Now I know when you're making Halloween decorations, you end up not using it for that long, and I'm okay with that. I don't mind that, I have to pack it away for another year. it's all about having fun and putting some things out that you can use for trick-or-treaters and decorate. So I am going to put my bells right here, and I'm going to lift that up. So I like how that particular piece looks. Before I go with some of the other ideas of where I might put some of my stamped images, so I'm just going to lay some of these out. And maybe I should put this one on a different color so it will stand out a little more than put this pumpkin over here. And I've got a vampire guy that I think will look good here, or maybe here with the pumpkins. All right, so what do you think of that so far? If you want to tell me in the comments. So we've got some things going. Now I'm going to actually, I think I'm going to put this here because I really wanted to use this "You Cast a Spell on Me," and I think it will look best on the black and white piece here and kind of tie in with the purple there. And then I thought it would be fun this eek might, well, I can bump him up. So if I put my eek here and have him stand up with dimensionals, I think that might look kind of cute. I can leave the pumpkins off to the side for right now. Let's grab. I don't use a lot of stickers in my card making, but this definitely, has the, you can kind of combine the stamping with the stickers that are provided in the kit. Let me see if I can get one more in. I'm putting more dimensionals on than I normally do, but I'm doing that to just ensure that the frame isn't going to crush anything. I also have my bling that we can add, and I have some of the gingham ribbon that we can also add. So what's kind of fun is that you're building a square at a time. So I'm putting him off to the side a little bit just so that the eek can show. And I think our pumpkins can still go right there. I think that would look great. So I'm going to put those on a couple of dimensionals. There we go. And let's see, we have these 4 squares left to do. I wanted to see how well this would fit on. Oh, I think I can just have it go right over. So we've got our October 31st down here. Let's take care of our witch and our pumpkins on this one. Like I said, I really like those small ones to fill in. And I want to put at least one on the broom. There we go. And then we'll put a couple big ones on the pumpkin. So as I like to be, have patterns and be symmetrical. So we're going to have pumpkins in every single row. We're going to have at least one sticker in every single row. We're going to have some things down flat, some things popped up. And then we're going to add our bling at the end. So So we have a couple of more stickers that we can use. We have one that says candy, 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 candy. And we have one that says Fright Night. Both of those would fit. We also have one that says the spookiest little monster. But I kind of feel that really would fit more on a scrapbook page, because I'm not putting, unless I put one of these, but I think I only want to use one of each. And so let's add our pumpkin down. And then we just have one square left. And we also have some bats, but I don't think the bats are going to look very good on that striped paper. And I really like the pattern of the stamped images, so I don't want to change that. So I think, let me look in just a second. We'll get this on. We'll add some bling, add some ribbon. There we go. Sticker here that we could have a spider web. So that's one option. Then we have the Fright Night, the candy. Let me look at this again. I think I kind of like this sticker. Again, because it's big, it's bold, it matches the surroundings here. And I can take a spider and have a spider right here. And maybe even a bigger one on the actual web. I think this is really coming together. I don't know. Love to hear your comments in the chat. Okay, so now let's add some other things. So let's see the size of those bats. Bats or stars. Maybe we'll use a couple of the stars. kind of coming down right here. There we go. So we've kind of filled in that little space. And now I think I want to just add some bling and some ribbon. Okay, let's start with, I think under the So Spooky would be really nice to have a bow. So fold one, tie one. Okay, let's try that again. Now, if I want to have these come down as, have some of the ribbon come down, I can use my glue dots to stick that part. So I think I want my ribbon, where do we want it to go? Or do we even need it? I guess that's what we really have to talk about. I'm just not sure I even want that there, so I'm going to put that aside for a minute. And let's start with some bling. So I am going to use some of the larger purple, and I am going to add them on this spooky. Kind of spread those out. So we've got some nice bling there. I am going to take some of the Pool Party and put right there. So that gives us 6. So we need some bling. Okay, and there gives us 9 dots. We've got 3 on each row, different sizes. I really don't think I need to add a ribbon. What do you think? Let me know in the comment. But I really like how this turned out. And let me know what you think in the comments. So I will be framing this and putting this up tomorrow so that there'll be something for my trick-or-treaters to kind of look at, and I think that will be a lot of fun. Thank you for joining me for these 12 days. It's been a lot of fun using this stamp set and this paper pack to bring you some cards, treat holders, and even a paper sampler that I could use in a scrapbook or in a frame. Either way, it will be awesome. So again, thanks for joining me. I will be back Friday night for Fun Fold Friday, and I will see you then. Good night, everybody.